what we want to do today is just introduce you to some of the new courses that are going to be running for next year, and also talk a little bit about what your senior year schedule can look like, and then also requirements too. So we've got a lot to cover. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Mrs. McCreary. I'm one of the school counselors in the home office. I work with students whose last names begin with A to G. Then we have Mrs. Turner, who is this school counselor for students in the middle part of the alphabet. And then Mr. Wilson finishes up with kind of the end of the alphabet. So we are your counseling team in D103. Who has the clicker? Oh, didn't see it there. All right, so congratulations. You are halfway through your junior year. And the question, and you don't have to answer this out loud, but the question you want to ask yourself are, how are your mid-year grades? Because you still have another 2 marking periods for full year classes to do any damage control that you might need to do in order to finish up the year with the best possible grade you can earn in that class. And the final grade is what is on your transcript. So if you're not happy with where your grade stands right now, you need to change what you're doing and do something differently so it finishes where you want it to be. We have a lot of resources here. We have the ADAPT program, which is peer tutoring. They're available, they're phenomenal, and they're free. We also have math support during all the lunch periods, and we do have after-school support for math, English, and social studies, so that's also available. Oh, welcome, welcome, come on down. We just got started. The class of 2024 Canvas page is where we are going to be posting a lot of good information about course selection. This presentation will be recorded tomorrow. We'll put it on the Canvas page. It will also go out in the SMORE newsletter that Mr. Boy sends out. So we're going to be trying to put as much information on there as possible, so be sure to check that out. Your North Penn email. I know you guys are not, email's not your way of communicating. We understand that, but it is the way the business world works, and it is how your colleges will work if that's what you choose to do after you graduate. So our goal is really to kind of get you used to checking that email weekly. We will be sending out things through your email. The next big thing we're going to send out through your email is your link to schedule your course selection meeting with us. And you'll get a Calendly link just like last year. If you put your cell phone number in it, you will get a text reminder. We don't keep the text numbers. We're not going to be texting you. Don't worry about that. The number is really for you to get a reminder about your meetings so that you don't miss it. There are over 1,000 of you, and there's only 3 of us, so we want to give you our full undivided attention for the time that we're able to give you. It's going to be about 20 minutes. It's going to be about the average, so we need you to come prepared to your meeting with questions, alternates, everything that you need to have answered during that meeting, so we can go over everything and get that done. SATs, we're getting a lot of questions about SATs. You do register for those online at the College Board website. There are 3 more left this year, March, May, and June, when we are test sites for all 3 of those. The August one is also available, but we are not a test site for that. The one thing I'll just say about the August one is if you are not preparing during the summer for that August one, you may be a little bit rusty on your academic skills going into the August test. So if that's one of the dates you're thinking of, just plan to do some prep there. Course selection, it begins now and it goes through the end of April. So I don't want anybody to panic like, I only have until Sunday night or Monday morning to get all of my courses entered. Yes, that is true. After Monday morning, 8 a.m., Infinite Campus will be turned off to you. You won't be able to make any changes, but course selection continues through the end of April, so you will have plenty of time. So next up is Mr. Wilson.
Okay, guys, good morning. Good morning. Hope everybody had a good night. Welcome to Tuesday, and we're going to talk about graduation requirements here. As you can see up there, we break it down by subject. You need 4 English credits to graduate. You need 4 social studies or history credits to graduate. And then we get into the and/or situation, math and science. Here's how it goes, guys, real simple. If you are not proficient on the Keystone Algebra 1 exam, you must take a 4th year of math. If you are proficient or advanced, you have an option. You can take a math and/or science. So it's 4 of and 3 of the other. You need 2 arts and humanities, world language, music, okay, a lot of topics can satisfy world humanities. You need 0.9 health credits. Most of you are probably finishing your last health class this year with health and wellness. You need 0.9 PE credits. I'm assuming a lot of you or most of you are completing that area as well this year with your last PE class. And then you need 4.2 credits of electives. I'm just going to say relax on electives because in the past we've had people panic say, oh my God, I haven't taken electives. Yes, you have. You haven't taken electives since 9th grade, guys. So you're probably well past that 4.2. Minimum number of credits for graduation are 23. Keyword, minimum number. Most of our seniors graduate, I would say, in the 24, 25 range. And then the Act 158 Keystone proficiency, there are several ways to reach proficiency, right? The easiest is to be proficient or advanced on all 3 exams. The second is called composite. Many of you have already reached proficiency through those 2. One thing I want to repeat again, even if you are considered proficient on the Keystones through the composite and you're not proficient on the Algebra 1 Keystone, you will be taking a 4th year math to reach graduation requirements. Senior credit requirements, you need 16.5 to be a senior. So I'm going to go back to something Mrs. McCreary said a minute ago about grades, and I'm just going to break it down real basic. If the 3 of us will be moving on to 12th grade, your teachers in the room will be moving on to 12th grade. If there are grades that you are worried about, or if there are classes you're currently not passing, I want you all to think of those grades individually as possibilities that you may not join us in 12th grade next year. Okay, so when it comes to grades, at this point for you guys as mid-year juniors, it's about promotion. And frankly, folks, it's about having a free summer and not having to do summer school. So if there are any grades that you are concerned about right now, today, take care of them and start by talking to your teachers. Okay? Again, minimum of 23 credits to graduate, 1 credit of English next year, and that can be done through 2 semester classes, okay? One thing I want to say about semester classes. When you think of semester classes, and that will likely be the balance of classes that you take, I want you to think of a scale. If I take 1 semester class, my scale's out of balance. I need to balance that scale by taking a 2nd semester class. You cannot take just 1 semester class. Must balance each other, okay? But you can take English 101, you can take the 2 semesters, or you can take AP English. History, required class is American government, and then there are 6 options: sociology, psychology, survey of world religions, African American studies, contemporary global issues, and economics. Those are your options. Or you can take AP government, okay? And again, as we said before, if you're not proficient on the Algebra 1 Keystone, you must take a 4th year of math. And again, semesters must be in pairs. Full school day schedules. Okay, full days. Even if you have no school period 1 or no school period 8, the expectation is you will have a full school day scheduled in addition to those no schools. And I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Turner.
Good morning, everybody. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about with you guys is a question that I know all of us counselors have had a lot this year from you guys, and that's about some of these opportunities that are available to you as a senior. So one of those that we hear the most about is the no school period 1 or no school period 8, otherwise known as late arrival and early dismissal. So I wanted to let you guys know that in order to be eligible for that particular privilege, you need to have completed 18 credits by the end of this school year. So if you finish all of your classes this year, you pass everything, and you are over 18 credits, you would be eligible to use that privilege next year. That's something that we can discuss in our planning meeting. There is a contract available that would need to be signed by you and your parents, because with that privilege comes some responsibility. We need you guys to commit, if you're coming in late, to view the morning announcements on your own. Make sure you have your own transportation to get here. There's some commitments that you will need to make. So that form is available online, and we will be looking at where that is on the website a few slides down the line. So that's something that you can bring signed to your individual course selection meeting with your counselor if that is a privilege that you are planning to use. The way that you can tell that you are at 18 credits is in your academic plan screen. It'll show you the number of credits that you completed in 9th, 10th, and then how many you have this year to give you an idea of where you are. Another opportunity is the Career and Work Study Program. So that is an opportunity also available to seniors. This is a class that's designed for you to get some hands-on experience if you already have a job, if you are looking to try something out in a certain career field. This is an application process that you will need to fill out. In order to do that, you will get the application either from Home Office D103. We have them down in K31 as well. So that would be scheduled up anywhere between 2 to 4 periods that you might be at a job site getting some work experience. There are other expectations that go along with that class. You'd be filling out timesheets. There's going to be some reflections and presentations along that line. Next one, and again, that application's due April 21st. The next one is the Gifted Mentorship, which is a mentorship program available to students with a gifted IEP. So you should have heard about that in your gifted IEP meeting if you have one, and that would be an opportunity for another type of internship. All right, another thing I want to talk about is dual enrollment. So essentially, that is the opportunity for you guys as high schoolers to earn credits here and earn college credits simultaneously. There's a couple of different ways you can do this, and it can be really beneficial. These can give you a head start on some of your college credits and be a really good way to explore that experience. So we have on-campus dual enrollment classes. We have a lot of those that are available. Some of you may have taken some of those this year. We have classes in business, family consumer science, English, math, and health and social studies. So most of those are through Montgomery County Community College, Gwen and Mercy, or Pitt, depending on the classes that we're looking at. Those are all included in our program of studies with a note that says dual enrollment off to the right of the title and red writing. Enrolling in those classes on campus, you are paying a fee if you do want to enroll for those credits. It is at a significant price break of what you would pay if you were actually at a college. So that's something to keep in mind. We also have the opportunity during senior year for off-campus dual enrollment. That would mean that you are finding your own class, whether it's through Montco, whether it's another school, online or in person, where you would be able to go and take those classes off campus. If you are doing that, you are expected to provide your own transportation. They differ a little bit from the classes that we take here on campus that are dual enrollment because you need to pay for your books. You're going to be paying for your tuition directly to the school. And again, you're going to need to make sure you're paying for all of those things. Financially, it is not available at this point in your path. Even if you might apply during college, that's something that would not be available. So we would want to consider those options carefully to find the one that's going to work best for you. If you are planning on taking an off-campus dual enrollment class, there is an intent form that you will need to fill out, a Google form that is linked to the page we'll look at in a few minutes, just to let us know what class you are wanting to take. That does have to be approved by an administrator before we make the plans for that, but once you've completed the course next year, that would be added to your transcript, One other thing is that you want to be aware that not all college accept the credits that you may earn as a dual enrollment class. So that's you're going to want to do a little bit of research to see what's available, check into the schools that you're looking at applying to if that's your pathway that you're considering to make sure that those credits will be accepted if that's the reason that you're looking to do them. Okay?
So you don't often hear us talking about opportunities at North Montco because pretty much if you don't get into the North Montco programs as 9th graders or 10th graders, they don't accept you. But there are 3 opportunities that are going to be available for your class. So I'm kind of excited about this. So they have 2 new programs. One is called Property Maintenance and Renovation. So I want you to think like HGTV, this old house, people who are flipping houses and doing all the work inside. So plumbing, electrical, carpentry, masonry, all that kind of stuff, and even a little bit of real estate I think they're going to toss in. So that's exciting. It'll be a one-year program since you guys would be seniors, but it would be kind of a neat opportunity. The other one is also brand new, called social media marketing. And I know you guys are all about Snapchat, TikTok, all of these kinds of social media things that are out there. This is going to be kind of the science behind it. For more information, go to the North Monco website. They have a description of what's going to be covered in each of these courses. But even more importantly, there is an open house on Thursday evening. It's 5 to 7. You'll be able to get into the classrooms. You'll be able to talk to the teachers. You'll be able to see what it's all about over there so you can decide if that's something for you. The third one up there is biomedical, and there was a meeting this morning before ours where Ms. Black was talking about the biomedical program. This is for students who are interested in research and laboratory, a lot of heavy math science. So this course would be for students who are in high-level math, high-level science, and really want hands-on experience. Her lab will also be open Thursday night. She will be there. All the information is on that website, and then we are going to get her PowerPoint. So if you were not able to get in for biomedical, we'll make that PowerPoint available on our Canvas page as soon as we get it. It's a very competitive program. They only take, I think it's 12 students per session. So just know those are 3 programs over at the tech school that are available to you. Their timeline is different than ours. So for biomedical, they want their applications by February 9th. So that's next week, guys. So if that's a program that interests you, we have a very quick turnaround time for that, and then Ms. Black holds interviews. For property maintenance and social media, March 2nd is going to be the deadline for that. So there are applications online. We have some applications in our home office. So if you have questions about any of those 3 programs, stop in and see us right away because those have a very early deadline. Meeting with your counselor. So I talked about this a little early. Everybody will have an opportunity to meet with us before the deadline. As I said, you're going to select your own appointment with Calendly. You put your cell number in, you'll get a text reminder. And then the more prep you do before the meeting, the more we'll be able to cover. We always get questions about overrides. The override form is on there, but we are not going to be able to accept them until the 3rd marking period ends because the grade you need for an override, so you can't override prerequisites, but if you want to override a teacher recommendation, you're going to have at least an 85% in order to do that. So as I mentioned, you're looking at where you are mid-marking period. If you're not at an 85% and you want the opportunity to try and move up, you want to aim for that. You want to bring that percentage there. Other forms on there, Ms. Turner mentioned the No School Period 1 contract, the No School Period 8 contract. Those are on there as well. So the end of the 3rd marking period is the end of March, so March 31st.
Okay, guys, just to follow up with what Mrs. McCreary said on deadlines, you guys know, at least I hope you know anyway, your Infinite Campus academic planning portal has been open since last Friday, the 27th. I've met with some of you who've done a terrific job of already selecting your electives, getting ready for our meeting. But that was open last Friday at 8 a.m. It closes to you guys this Monday, the 6th of February at 8 a.m. As Mrs. McCreary said earlier, please don't worry about that. Even if it closes, the 3 of us still have access. We're going to be meeting with each one of you as we go through the spring. You can still make any changes to your electives that you want up to April 28th, okay? February 7th, any changes you want to make beyond that point, you come to us, your school counselor. Email us, make an appointment, whatever works for you. You heard Mrs. McCreary say the biomed application's due on February 9th. Interviews will follow that. For the other application, the actual application in North Monco is due March 2nd. Career work application here at the high school is due April 21st of 2023. and all student-initiated changes on electives are due by April 28th, 2023. And now, back to Mrs. Turner.
Okay, everybody, so we've given you a lot of information this morning, and I just wanted to remind you that a lot of this is available online. So if you navigate to the North Penn School District website and head to, I believe there's a drop-down that says to select a school, you would choose North Penn High School, and under the drop-down menu on our North Penn High School page, there is a option that says Our School. You will find the North Penn High School course selection information housed there. So there's videos to show information about the classes, descriptions of all the classes that we have to offer, and all of those forms that we've been talking about, things like the course override form, the no school period 1 and 8 contract, lots of information for you there. So here's a screenshot of what that page actually looks like. This links to a lot of the information that we've provided, so any of those resources will be included here so that you can get a little bit more information if you have questions. I want to draw your attention to in the center where it says, it's like that second line, it says applications, forms, and course selection videos. If you click on where it says forms or applications, that is the link that will take you to that information if you want to come prepared to that meeting. Again, we're not going to be able to put in anything like late arrival or early dismissal until we have that signed contract from you, so that would be to your advantage to make sure that you're prepared when you show up for your individual meeting and that you have that already taken care of if that's something you're planning on. All right, for those of you that may not have seen it, this is our program of studies. Essentially, this is a list of every class that this school offers, and it gives information about what the class is like. It gives information about any prerequisites that you may need to have, and this is also where it's going to show if it is a dual enrollment class that you would have an option to elect to do the earn college credits in it. So this is linked on that last page. We will put a QR code up at the end of the presentation so that you guys can go directly there and take a look. This is a great way to get more information about some of these classes that you guys might say, okay, I think I want to do this, just to avoid us getting into a situation next year where you realize, wait a second, this isn't really what I thought. So do your research. This information's here ready for you. Okay, so we are going to show you that walkthrough for those of you that may not remember from last year who haven't done it yet, how you're going to put these classes in while the portal's open to you until February 6th in the morning. So you're going to go into your Student Infinite Campus. You will log into your account. Along the left-hand side, there is a tab that says Academic Planner. That is the one that we are headed to. There is an opportunity at the top. There's a search bar where you can search for courses, or you can go into the individual subjects. If you know you're looking for specific social studies or an elective class, you could go to that category, hit the drop-down menu, and scroll down to find the class that you're looking for. That is how you will add them. We do want to warn you that anytime you do add a class, you want to go hit that save button every single time to make sure that the information you're putting in is going to still be there when you come meet with us, so that you will not need to remember all of the hard work you're doing this week. Any classes that have a lock icon next to them means that that is a recommendation that a teacher put in. That is not something you are able to change at this time, but when you meet with us, we can discuss that further if you're wanting to make a different choice or if we need to talk about a potential course override. Here is the screen that we're looking at. So just to draw your attention, that big blue arrow pointing to the left says Academic Plan. That is the tab that you're going to click on to bring you to this magical screen. The pink arrow up at the top shows where that search bar is. That is where you're going. If you know you want to take a certain class, not sure what category it's in, that's where you're going to search for it. The green arrow is pointing at the drop-down menu. That is where a potential place where you could add a class. This is also an example of a class that has that lock icon that you will not be able to change. And last but not least, that red arrow is on that save button that you're going to want to hit each time you elect to make a change. All right, with that, we're going to hand it over to Mr. Brett, our Future Plan Center counselor, to tell you a little bit about Smart Futures.
Morning. Do I need the microphone? All right. I don't like to hear myself talk. All right, I'm Mr. Brett, the Future Plans counselor. And as much as everything we're talking about is very important, I get it's 8:11 in the morning, we're all tired. Some of us are asleep, and that's okay, because this will be recorded tomorrow and sent out. But this is all extremely important, so you really need to focus in on what's going on, okay? We used to have a program called Naviance. Who remembers that? All right, we got a couple hands. Who knows what their plan is once they graduate North Penn High School in June of next school year. It's like 8 to 12, 15 kids. All right, it's not bad. This program is going to help you get to where you want to go in multiple ways. We can look for personality tests, interest inventories. You can get a job. You can do a practice job application. You can get industry-based credentials, which we'll talk about. And then you can also do college searches and look for what colleges have what you are looking for. You can start a personality test based on what personality you meet, what careers fit that personality, and what colleges have those majors that meet those careers. The other thing that this program will do for your class is it will send all of your documents to the colleges in which you apply. So when you apply to schools starting next August, this program is where you'll go to put those schools in that you've already saved from your college search. You'll request letters of recommendation through here. You'll have your counselor letter of recommendation, and your transcript will go all from here to the colleges based on what you've done starting hopefully today. All right? So this is, can we go back for a second? This is what it looks like on your North Penn desktop. Everyone has this icon. You can click on it. Once you click on it, there's two ways that you might have to get in. One, it'll just take you right there. The other way is you would have to sign in through your Google, through your North Penn Google, and that's fine, okay? So there's two different ways. When you do it the first time, and I can't show you it because I don't have to do that. When you do it the first time, when you click on it the first time, it takes you to the page the first time, there is a 3-page survey that you have to do. Please take it seriously. Please fill it out. Once you do that, then, go ahead, please. It'll bring you to this, and you can choose what your icon is. You have to choose your icon or it will not let you go anywhere. I chose a baseball because I'm a baseball guy. All right? You can choose whatever you want. There's tons of icons that fit your personality. As you can see, I did a few things. But on the left-hand side here, your left-hand side, you will see a bunch of different pieces. You have activities, skills, careers, clusters, programs and majors, school colleges, my plan, portfolio, and badge. I'm going to go over a few of them, all right? So, go ahead. This is my skills, okay? You can do the personality test type. I already started it. You can do the thinking about a career, the job application that I mentioned. We're going to ask you to do some of these, not all of them, but some of them through nighttime in the next couple weeks. You can also do them on your own. This is going to help prepare you for what you want to do in the future, again, which will then match you to careers, match you to majors, and match you to colleges that have those majors, okay? Go ahead. These are the career clusters. The educational level you needed, you can do a career search after that. Say, all right, I already know what I want to do or the areas of what I want to do. Let me go through here and do a search, and it'll populate a bunch of careers for you. This is the college search. Very similar to what Navients have for the college search. You can go by program and major. You can put in what kind of school you're looking for. Is it a 2-year? Is it a 4-year? Is it public? Is it private? Is it a large city, a small city? These are things you should be thinking about right now as to what you're looking for in a college. And your college list right now, as a junior, should be very long. It should have up to 40 to 50 schools right now. And then by the time you come back in the summer, the end of the summer in August, it should be down no more than 10. So you can search by all of these things. I did a quick search. I got 49 schools. And then what I would do is go and click each school and look at it and see what it can offer for me. Then once I do that, I can click on the heart of each school and it'll be saved into my favorites. And that's where then next year I can pull it into my list of schools I'm applying to, and then we can send documents for you once you apply. So you'll see I put them in that list. We just gave you an absolute ton of information in a very short amount of time. If you don't know where my office is, I'm in K31. If you come in the front of the building, make a right. I'm the last door before the mid stairwell to go up the stairs to K-Pod. Please stop in and see me. Shoot me an email. Hey, Mr. Brett, can I come down this period? That works too. You can stop down during lunch, during study hall, or no school period. You don't have that. Or nighttime or after school. I also do parent meetings with students and their parent meetings on Wednesday afternoons, 2:15, 3:15, and 4:15, if that's what you and your family wants to do. We will also hold a future plans night for your class on February 27th at 6:30 right here. You'll get more information about that. All right, I know you probably have a ton of questions, and I know that the counselors want to get you on the computers. So here's Mrs. McCreary again.
All right, so your brains are probably exploding right now. So I just want to highlight, this is the QR code that will take you to the high school website where you can find all the course selection information, including the program of studies. I encourage you to really look at that, read the descriptions so that you know what's available to you. If you use the Smart Futures program, you can maybe kind of narrow down some future possibilities. Smart Futures is more than just the college thing. So if you think, maybe I'm not sure if I want to go to college, I don't know what I want to do, that Smart Futures program is designed to help everybody. So right now we have some time. We can take questions if you have any questions, or you can open up your Chromebooks now, get into your Infinite Campus, find that planner, and get started. That way, if you have any questions as you're doing that, we can come around and help. So does anybody have any questions for us? None, okay. Well, I'm going to tell you a question that I remember getting quite frequently the last time we had seniors is, well, I only want to come to school for what I have to do, my English, my social studies, my math, and then I want to leave. So the answer is, that's great. We have other programs where you can fill in those other spots, but we don't allow students to just leave and do nothing. So that's where that career and work study program, you can do up to 4 periods out of the building. If you qualify with 18 credits, that no school period 1 and no school period 8, that would get you in late and out early. The differences, and I just want to highlight, is no school period 1 and no school period 8 do not earn you any credits. They do not highlight anything fantastic about you if you are applying for a job or you are applying for college. Work study, career study, mentorship, dual enrollment, all of those courses earn you high school credits here, and it also gives you something to highlight as you're moving forward either in a job application or on your college application. So that's kind of the difference between the two. But you need to plan a full schedule. We have a lot of great electives, and it is your last chance to take free classes. So after you graduate, any education that you get or choose to take, you're going to be paying for. So take advantage of all North Penn has to offer.